You think that introducing yourself is scary and complicated, but it doesn't have to be. At the end of this video, you will know the exact formula as well as scripts on how to introduce yourself to anybody, whether it's for an interview, at a meeting, any formal event, or at a party. And not just any introduction, an introduction that will make you memorable by just being yourself with confidence. I'm here to make it easier for you, so let's jump right in. Hi my friends, my name is Mehar. I'm your career coach and mentor, helping you accelerate your career and take it to the next level. Today's video is a highly requested one where we will be talking about how you can create an impact by making sure you introduce yourself properly to whoever you're talking to. In today's video, I'm going to cover the following things. Firstly, what exactly makes a good introduction? Second, what is the golden mindset that you need to have when you are introducing yourself to anyone? The secret formula needed to make a great introduction, the scripts for freshers as well as experienced professionals, some mistakes that I want you to avoid, and ending it with the Q&A that you sent on Instagram. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share and like this video with your friends if you find this useful. So let's begin with what actually makes a great first impression. Now think about someone you met for the first time, but they left a very good impression on you. What was it about them that really impressed you? I'll tell you. First and foremost, you must have noticed that they were communicating very clearly and concisely. They were able to easily introduce themselves very fluently, very clearly, and you thought they were very, very well spoken. The second thing you may have noticed is that they were very confident in being themselves. They were not afraid of what people will think when they introduce themselves. They were just being who they are. They had strong body language, they were looking sharp. There was just this aura about them that demonstrated confidence and authenticity. Authenticity means that they were being true to who they are. They were not trying to copy anybody else or be like anybody else. They were sincere, they were meaningful. You were able to develop that good rapport with them the moment you met them. And of course, you were able to relate to them what they were saying. That is exactly what makes a great introduction. It's clear, it's concise, it's with confidence, it's with authenticity, and it's relevant to the person you're talking to. You need to know your audience when you're introducing yourself. For example, the way you introduce yourself for the first time in an interview will be very different from the time you introduce yourself to a friend of a friend at a party. You need to know your audience, but the one thing in common that you will have is confidence, a smile on your face, clear language, and just somebody who's actually very comfortable being themselves. And that will only happen if you have the golden mindset. The mindset that I want you to have for introducing yourself is realize that this person in front of you knows nothing about you. They're meeting you for the first time. They want to learn more about you. So this is your chance, your opportunity to tell your story your way. Nobody else. You have the chance to tell them about yourself the way you want. There's nothing to be nervous about. This person is sitting or standing in front of you for a reason. They have asked you about yourself. They want to learn more about you. So what is there to be nervous about? This is the moment when you need to channel as much as confidence and positivity that you have within you. Your mindset in this moment is going to make all the difference. So you need to remember your story is unique. You are unique. You are not just a Ben, Ken, Sita, Geeta, anyone else. You are you for a reason. 8 billion people in the world, doesn't matter. There's only one you. And you're getting this golden stage, this opportunity to introduce yourself, tell this person your story your way. And I want you to know that nobody is perfect at introducing themselves from day one. They have literally practiced introducing themselves. If you look at some of my earlier videos and see how I'm introducing myself in them versus how I introduce myself now is very different because I've become better at it. I have practiced it again and again. I am more fluent now sharing my experiences, my skills, my expertise. So stop feeling nervous when you see another person in front of you who is introducing themselves very nicely. There's nothing to be scared about. They've probably practiced it more than you have. That's why they're better at it. It's not like their life story is 100 times better than you. Okay, maybe that could be the case, but you can still tell your life story in an interesting manner. That's what you need to get good at. So when you do get the chance to introduce yourself, make sure you're confident, you're calm, you're professional, and please promise me you're going to actually make the effort to practice getting better at introducing yourself. The things that you need to cover in every good introduction are the following. The first is a greeting, a good morning, a hello, a hi. The second could be a thank you. Thank you for meeting with me today. Thank you for inviting me for an interview. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. The more formal the occasion, the more formal your tone has to be. And then yes, thank you has to be a part of it. Then comes your name, your background, your education, your experience, your skills, your expertise, your achievements, your purpose of being there. And always end it with a unique selling point. Or you can even end it with a question at the end to keep the conversation going. Now let's talk about the structure that you need to remember in order to have a good self-introduction. I break it down into 3 parts: the past, the present, the future. Let's break it down a little bit more. So you have to remember to cover all these components that I have just given you in this structure of past, present, future. So what do I actually mean by saying past, present, future? Let me give you an example with my own introduction. So if it were a job interview, I would say something like, "Good morning, nice to meet you. Thank you for taking out the time to interview me today. My name is Mehar and I'm originally from New Delhi. I qualified as a chartered accountant in the year 2015 while working at KPMG simultaneously for a period of 5 years. So you see, here I've greeted the interviewer, I've thanked them for meeting me, I've told them my name, and I've started setting the foundation of what exactly is my background. So I'm talking about the past, because talking a little bit about the past will give a good base of my credibility, the context of where I'm coming from, and will be a great way for me to share my educational background, the projects that I've worked on, and the companies that I have worked at. It's like telling a story. The interviewer will be able to follow the story as I talk about my journey. Now comes the next part. I talk a little bit about the past and come into the present. After chartered accountancy, I decided to pursue an MBA, where I pivoted my career from finance to strategy. Since then, I've been working with startups across London, helping them launch their products in the market. My unique experience of finance along with strategy, as well as working in 2 countries, makes me an asset for the founders that I work with. I'm able to come up with launch strategies that are user-centric but also profitable for the business. So you see, I've easily talked about the past, set a good foundation, and brought the attention to the present. What am I currently doing? What is my credibility? What am I currently focusing on? Why am I different? My USP. And now that will lead to the last part of this introduction, which is the future. At this stage in my career, I'm very excited about the changes that are happening in tech, which is why I want to jump at this opportunity of being a part of this giant movement in order to make a difference in the world. I'm particularly excited about the things that are happening in the fintech domain, which is why I decided to apply for a job at your company. I'm committed to make a meaningful difference in this industry by combining my skill set and your mission to impact people. So you see, in the future part of this introduction, I have very excitedly shown my enthusiasm and interest in working for this company. I'm excited about the future. My goals are aligned to the company's goals, and that is what will leave a positive impression on the interviewer. So there you have it. That is the structure. That is the secret formula. As long as you have all the components that I just showed you covered in your introduction, and you break it down in the structure of past, present, and future, and practice it again and again, there's nothing stopping you from making a solid first impression. Now I'm going to give you an example of a fresher with no experience. What would they say? Hello, my name is Anna. Nice to meet you. Thank you for taking out the time to interview me today. I was born and raised in New Delhi, and I've recently graduated with an accounting degree from MSB University with a CGP of 8.4. During college, I interned at 2 firms in their tax division. I'm somebody with a strong work ethic and a passion for numbers. And when I saw an opening in the tax division in your company, I knew I had to apply, because you're making an amazing difference in the fintech industry. In the future, I plan to develop my expertise and knowledge in order to solve real-life problems for your clients. Now let's talk about some of the mistakes that you need to avoid. First and foremost, do not ramble on and give too much information. You do not have to give your entire life history, only relevant information for that meeting, for that interview, which is why you need to practice making it concise and clear. Keep it to the point and remove the unnecessary details. The next thing is that please don't forget to include the important information, such as who you are, why are you there, what makes you different. And next, don't be very casual in your approach. If it's a formal introduction, you need to keep it formal. If it's at a party with a friend, you can make things a little bit more fun and informal. So make sure if it's a formal meeting, please don't use slang words. Don't be overly confident or arrogant. But at the same time, do not forget to display strong body language and being confident in just who you are. And never forget to tailor your introduction depending upon who you're talking to. If it's a casual coffee chat with somebody who's the same level as you, same grade as you in the organization, you can be a little bit casual and informal. But if it's with a partner, with a boss, they probably don't know you that well. You need to keep things formal. You need to give them a little bit of more background as to who you are, how long you've been working with the company, or what project you're working on. Now let's get down to the questions you sent to me on Instagram. What should be your opening statement if you're trying to make an impact? I think more than the opening, the closing has to be impactful, because the opening is probably going to be more or less the same. Hi, my name is Mehar. I'm from New Delhi. I've done this, I've done that. But how you close it, how you highlight your unique selling point, that is what makes you different. Because the last thing you say will leave an impression in their brain. So make sure you highlight what differentiates you, what you bring to the table, and talk about your accomplishments, your achievements in the most subtle manner. How to make sure your introduction is memorable. It has to be concise. You have to be confident. You have to practice it as much as you can. And you need to come across as somebody who's friendly with a smile on their face. How to introduce yourself in an informal setting. Okay, so let's say you're at a party. How would you introduce yourself? Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name is Mehar. I would ask open-ended questions like, so how long have you known Anna? And then I would make a personal connection. I've known Anna for about a year now. We met in dance classes. I've been in London for about 5 years. I moved here for my MBA. I quit my job in strategy consulting to become an entrepreneur and a content creator. Luckily, I have an audience of about 700,000 now. I just love that my work can make an impact in somebody's career, and that is what keeps me going. In the future, I want to be more than just a content creator. I want to create products and services to make a real difference in my community's his life. So what is it that you do? Now see, I have given you the structure. You don't have to say all these things. You can see what to include, what to exclude, depending upon how your conversation is going. If you give too much information, you don't want to come across as arrogant, somebody who thinks too much of themselves, somebody who's done great things and just wants to display that at a party. No, you have to come across as friendly. If they keep asking you questions, you keep giving them answers. You have to listen to what they're saying as well. So always end your introduction with asking the person in front of you about themselves as well. I hope this was useful for you, my friends. I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know if you want to see more videos on how you can communicate more powerfully, and if you have any more questions on this topic, leave me a comment below and I will make sure to reply to you. I'll be back soon with another one, but until then, keep believing in yourself. I hope to see you soon. Bye.